If you're currently in career transition or maybe you're looking for a new position, it's been a few years since the last time you were out there on the job market. I gotta tell you, things have changed. Sending out resumes by the hundreds, a spray and pray approach really is not gonna work for you. You need a strategy. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you a 5-step strategy to overhaul your job search. If you're new to the channel, my name is Bill Benoist. I'm a certified professional career coach here in Silicon Valley. I primarily work with professionals in mid to late career. So if this is something that sounds like you, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because I do upload these kind of videos every week. So 5 steps. Step number 1, you need to start with your personal branding. What do I mean by that? Looking at your resume, let's just start with the foundation of your resume. Your resume is going to have a professional summary. It's not going to have a job objective. In fact, if your resume right now has a job objective, you need some help with getting a new resume written. But your professional summary, it's going to be who you are in the present sense with a value-added statement. It's going to be the industries and environments that you've worked in. What are your skills? What are your strengths that you're going to bring to the table? And what makes you unique? So when I talk about personal branding, this is the message that when a hiring manager is looking for somebody like you, they see it on the resume, they also see it on LinkedIn. It's the same kind of message that goes out there. And when somebody is searching on LinkedIn, let's say a recruiter, and they're looking for a program manager, a financial analyst, whatever, one of the first things they see is the photo, and then they're going to see the headline. And a lot of people, they make the mistake of becoming a marketing brochure for the company that they're working for. In other words, their headline is the position that they're currently with the company that they're currently employed at or last employed at, whereas the headline should be marketing yourself. And get a little bit deeper into this, I do have a free masterclass on my website, and I'll leave a link to it in the notes section below. I'll also leave a link in the upper right hand corner to some videos on maximizing your LinkedIn profile that works for you 24/7. But it all is going to start with personal branding. Number 2 is targeting your network. So, networking is not about just exchanging business cards. It has to have a purpose out there. You want to make sure that you're letting your friends and family, first off, know that you are currently exploring new opportunities. Also express this on LinkedIn, not by that circle that goes around your professional profile photo that says open to opportunities. No, you want to actually make posts and make these strategic about every 3 or 4 weeks. Essentially that you're exploring new opportunities, what the positions and what the industries are that you're looking for. This is going to help. People get a lot more responses. Hey, Bruce, send me your resume. I might have some ideas out here. Go into the hygienist and they ask you, so how's work going? Well, I'm currently exploring new opportunities out there. That actually happened to me a few years ago. Mentioned that I was doing career coaching. I had left my position in corporate America, and the woman that was cleaning my teeth, she says, oh my God, my husband is actually looking for a new job. And it landed me a client right there. I've had clients that play golf and they've been paired up with other people here in Silicon Valley and have landed jobs that way. You have to have this targeting network down. Targeting, number 3, targeting applications. And what do I mean by this? What I said earlier is that, it's not going to work sending out resumes by the hundreds, a spray and pray approach. You need to target those applications. You need to make sure that the applications, the resumes that you're applying for, that you're sending out, have the keywords that are in the job descriptions out there. If you can get referrals within the companies, and again, it's the second connections, it's not the first connections that are going to make the biggest difference out there. So if you're doing a search and you see something on, whether it's Indeed or Glassdoor or somebody said something about a position, you go there, you do a little search, you find out who that hiring manager's name is, and it's easy to do. I've got videos that I can share with you. Again, I'll put a link to it in the upper right hand corner, how to find these individuals out there, send a targeted cover letter to this individual along with your resume rather than just simply sending it out cold to a applicant tracking system, because more than 60% of Fortune 500 companies, 30%, 37% actually now, of small, medium-sized firms are using these applicant tracking systems to go through the first round of resumes. It's a computer scanning them rather than a human being. So, personal branding, number one. Networking with a purpose, number two. Targeting your applications, number three. Number four is making sure that you have continuous learning, your skill development. You know, this is so important, especially for individuals that are in mid to late career. There was an empirical study that was done a few years back where they asked hiring managers and HR professionals what your number one concern was with hiring an older worker. And there was, over 100 concerns that came up, but there was only 5 that really rose to the top. The older worker would not have the driver energy to do the job. Number 2, the older worker would have difficulty taking directions from a younger manager, being managed by a younger boss. Number 3, they would not be open to change. Number 4, they would not be open to learning new things, going to training. And number 5, they were going to be more prone to illnesses. So then they asked these same individuals, look internally at your workforce and can you validate this? And they could only validate one, and that was the older worker was less likely to volunteer going to training. So you can easily nip this in the bud because there's so much online training out there. There's LinkedIn Learning, there's Coursera, there's Skillshare, there's Udemy. Get some certificates and put them on your resume. Make sure that they're within a year or 2 old. This will really help in just eliminating that one concern. Because if you think about it, the other concerns, the energy and drive, the not being able to take directions from a younger manager, if they're looking at the resume and the resume has been age-proof, and what I mean by that is it's not showing your age. And this is something, by the way, if you are a older worker or somebody that's in mid to late career and you're concerned about age discrimination, I do have another video, and I'll put that in the upper right hand corner, that shows how you want to age proof your resume. But all these other areas here really are not going to come through in the resume, but showing that you are a continuous learner will come through, and you can put that on the resume under certifications. And then finally, interview preparation. Interviewing can be nerve-wracking, and you need to be prepared for how to answer questions like, tell me a little bit about yourself, or what happened at your last job? What are your salary expectations? What do you think your biggest weakness is? And then of course those behavioral type of questions. Give me an example of, tell me a time when. And again, I have videos on that too, and I'll put those in the upper right-hand corner as well. But keep in mind, I do have a free masterclass, 100% free. It goes about an hour and a half long, and it will cover the resume, making LinkedIn 24/7, and also preparing you for the interview. So check that out. So I hope this was a helpful video. If you haven't already done so, again, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification, as I do upload new career tips and strategies every Tuesday, and I'd hate for you to miss anything. Thanks for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.